Hey everybody, it's Josh Alexander from The Brokerage and your host of Discover Yorba Linda. On today's episode, I'm going to be discussing my January 2022 housing market update for the Yorba Linda area. So if this is the first time you're tuning into the show, this show is all about Yorba Linda. So not only do I discuss real estate, but I also go over local parks, different restaurants, businesses, other outdoor activities you can do with your family, and basically just try to connect the community that's currently here to be able to help them explore their city. And then also, if anybody's thinking of moving into this great city, hopefully this channel will be able to give you a better idea of what to expect once you get here. So let's go ahead and get into my January 2022 housing market update for Yorba Linda. Okay, so I want to start today's episode by just quickly going back to December to give you 4 main data points that you might find interesting about Yorba Linda's housing market. So the first one is, what was the lowest price home that sold in December of last year? And that goes to a $500,000 condo. Second one, what was the lowest price single family residence that sold in December of last year? And that one went for $862,000. The next one up is, what was the highest price home that sold in Yorba Linda in December of last year? That one went for $4.76 million. And then finally, what is the average sales price in Yorba Linda for the month of December? And that ended up being $1.278 million. So that kind of gives you an idea of where things stand going into 2022 in the Yorba Linda housing market. So now let's go ahead and look at the supply side of things and where we are right now. So if you remember in my last update I did in December, I told you that it's going to be very likely that we're going to start this year with the lowest supply of inventory ever in the Yorba Linda housing market. And that's basically what happened. So right now, we currently only have 29 homes throughout all of Yorba Linda on the market. Now, just to give you some perspective on that, last year, which was the previous low, we had 89 homes on the market, and then the year before that, 115 homes on the market. So you can see that inventory is extremely tight right now in Yorba Linda. There's just not a lot of homes for sale. Now let's go ahead and look on the demand side of things. Now on the demand side of things, let's go ahead and just throw all the demand numbers out the window, because they really are not going to be an accurate measurement on how much demand is in Yorba Linda right now. And there's one really big reason. So demand is typically measured by how many pending sales we see going into escrow throughout the month. However, when inventory is this low, even though there might be hundreds of buyers out there, there's only a few homes to choose from. So those pending sales numbers are going to be artificially low because there's just not a lot of inventory out there. So when you see those headlines that say demand is down by 15, 20, 25%, you have to really look at them a little bit closer and understand the context. A lot of them, especially throughout Southern California, the reason why you see that dip in demand is because, again, there's just not enough homes on the market to get into escrow to beat where we were last year. So keep that in mind if you see any of those demand numbers coming out, because they are very skewed right now. So what does this mean for home buyers and what does this mean for home sellers? So buyers, unfortunately, I really don't have much good news for you. It's been the same way for months and months and years at this point, to be honest. We've been in an extremely hot seller's market. So if a home is placed on the market in Yorba Linda or anywhere else through Orange County, and it's fair market value, even at the high end of fair market value, there's a very high chance that they're gonna have multiple offers, drive the price up. So you need to be extremely aggressive right now if you're placing offers on homes. You need to be able to reduce contingencies, put in a very aggressive price to be able to get into a lot of these homes right now. So you have to have that expectation going in. So if you're getting your offer rejected over and over and over again, you really want to take a step back, look at the market, understand what's happening, and if you really want to get into a home right now, talk to your agent and go over some of the risks involved with creating those more aggressive offers so you can determine what risk level you're comfortable with when placing these offers on homes. Because like I said, if you can get into one right now, you will be able to lock in that low interest rate, and over the long run, you're going to have that home continue to appreciate and be able to build your wealth. Now, the only glimmer of hope that I have for you as a buyer right now is typically we do see inventory continue to rise as we go through the first half of the year. So every week you should see more and more homes hit the market. So as long as interest rates don't go up too significantly in the first half of the year. Hey everybody, sorry for the quick interruption, but I wanted to give you a quick update on interest rates. So I shot this video originally yesterday, Wednesday the 12th, but today Freddie Mac just released their new interest rate averages for the week, and the interest rates just shot up again to 3.45, so almost 0.25% over a 1 week span. So interest rates are definitely going up significantly over the last month and a half. So if you are thinking of buying a home, definitely think about getting in the market now before they go up anymore. And on the selling side, make sure you're taking advantage of these buyers that are trying to get into the market and get a home while interest rates are still low. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled program. Especially once we get to the end of February, early March, you should start seeing more and more homes hit the market, giving you more options, creating a little bit less competition. However, you need to expect you're going to be in multiple offer situations for at least the first part of this year, and a very high likelihood all the way through this year as well. So as long as you have those expectations in mind, you're not going to get disappointed time and time again when you're losing out on these homes, because unfortunately, buyers have to expect that in this market. There's just not enough homes. When 20 people put offers on a home, only one is going to get it. So you need to have those expectations going in so you're not setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay, so sellers, you've been in a great market for the last year and a half. It's been a hot seller's market, and this year, at least for the first half, it's not going to be any different. Inventory is so low, not only in Yorba Linda, but everywhere throughout Orange County. As long as you're pricing your home on the high end of market value, you're going to get a lot of foot traffic in your house, and you're going to get multiple offers on the home. So the biggest thing for you to remember is just to make sure that you price your home correctly out of the gate. The biggest mistake you can do is get overzealous, price your home way too aggressively, because buyers that are in the market right now, a lot of them have been in the market for months at this point trying to get a home, which means they know the market, they know what home values typically should be in your area. So if you overprice significantly, you're going to see a dramatic drop in foot traffic and likely not get as many good offers. So as an agent, what I usually recommend is price it on the high end of market value, get as many people and eyeballs in your home as possible, because when that happens, buyers will fall in love with your property. That's ultimately what you want to happen, because when you walk through a property, you fall in love with it. Typically, the financials, yes, they're important, but they typically go out the window a little bit more when that emotion takes over, and the buyers are willing to stretch a little bit more because they love the house, they've seen inside it, and that's when you get those multiple offers that drive the price up above market value, and great terms throughout the rest of the contract as well. So price your home correctly out of the gate, and you're going to be able to get a great price for it. Now, the other thing to remember as a seller right now is you may be thinking to yourself, should I wait until springtime to put my house in the market because I hear that's the best time to do so? Well, the thing that you have to remember is that a lot of sellers are thinking that way, which means typically during spring, you see inventory shoot up pretty dramatically, especially towards the end of March going through May. That's typically when you see the most amount of homes hit the market. So if you want to take advantage of these buyers right now that are trying to get into homes before interest rates go up anymore, then you really can get your house on the market, take advantage of this historically low inventory, and be able to get a great price for your home and sell it quickly in today's market. So just for a quick example, I put a house on the market last week. Over the weekend, we had over 90 groups of people through the open house. We got 14 offers from it. So not only did the seller get a great price for their home, they were able to negotiate shorter contingencies and take off a bunch of things that would really hurt the seller inside a contract. So in this market, you really have all the power to be able to negotiate the best possible contract for yourself when you're selling your home. So keep that in mind, especially if you're thinking of selling your home and buying a new one. There's plenty of buyers out there right now that will gladly buy your home for you and let you sit in your property while you find a new one for another month or two. So if you're worried about selling your home too quickly and then not having some place to go, there's ways within the contract that you can negotiate with the buyers, and a lot of buyers are open to it right now just to get into a home, to be able to let you live in the house either rent-free or very minimal amount and be able to take your time finding a new home to move into, so you don't have that stress of trying to find a new home while at the same time trying to sell yours. So keep that in mind, that if you're trying to buy and sell at the same time, you can negotiate favorable terms right now within the contract to help you do so. So that's pretty much all the information I have for you today about January's housing market in Yorba Linda. Again, if you're finding this content useful, please hit that subscribe, like, and that bell button below, because I do release new episodes at least once a week. Again, not only having to do with the housing market, but other parts of Yorba Linda as well. So if you want to stay updated on what's going on in your city, make sure you hit that subscribe, like, and even the share button below if you have other family and friends that live in Yorba Linda or would like to live here eventually. So until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll see you on the next show. Bye.